In this video, I'm going to talk about why market research and insight agencies, if they want to grow in the medium or long term, need to work on building the profile of their brand. They need to work out how to become famous. So why do I say that when as an industry, let's face it, we've not been historically that focused or invested in trying to make our brands famous. In fact, we can all think of successful agencies who probably don't apparently focus on their own branding and marketing to any great extent. What I'm interested in exploring how as an industry we can raise our marketing game and how research and insight agencies can operate at a higher level of marketing savvy to punch above their weight with limited resources and budgets to grow their brands. Some of this comes down to whether you give credence to Byron Sharp and the work that he and his colleagues at the Ehrenberg Bass Institute have carried out over the last 10, 15 years. And to be frank, I do. Not all of it, but some of it. But that's another video. As marketing scientists, they have looked at the empirical evidence for how investing in brand growth and brand building and how that relates to growth, especially what causes brands to grow. And it's pretty compelling stuff, even in the B2B world of marketing that we inhabit as leaders and owners of research agencies. The evidence and argument that they present, and by the way, I'm really praising here. If you want to go into detail, I'd really heartily recommend Byron Sharp's book, How Brands Grow, that was written in, I think, 2012, and the imaginatively titled sequel, How Brands Grow, Part 2. But what they say is that for your brand to grow relative to your competition, you need to make sure that the moment of purchase, your brand is the one that comes to mind. That your brand is what Sharp calls mental availability or brand salience. And just so we're clear, high mental availability is where a person has a high awareness of the brand and knows what it does and knows what it stands for and wants to purchase it. It is not just an awareness measure. Now, we know when we're selling market research and insight services and products that there's a potentially complex customer journey. There may not be a single point of purchase for the decision for the purchase. And much of the time, you're in a tender process or a pitch process. That said, even in the most drawn out pitch processes, there are a few instances where the power of your agency's brand can make a big difference. Let me give you two examples. Initially, you need your agency to actually be in the pitch process. That means you need to have good brand salience at the point where the client is putting the pitch list together in the first instance. And then, when it comes to the decision about which agency to commission, if you've invested in mental availability and brand salience, all the empirical evidence suggests that it will help influence the decision in the way that you want it to go. Even in the most rational procurement processes. Indeed, they also suggest that it has an impact on price and price acceptability levels. So brand salience and how to generate and maintain it for an agency is a really important part of how to secure growth in your growth story. Your existing clients will have it for your business and some of your services, but you need to invest in that brand salience to maintain it. And for you to be successful in winning new clients, you need to create it before they purchase. And how ironic is it that we have clients that spend considerable sums of money with us as an industry to help them track and grow their brand equity. And at the same time, much of us practice so little of what is marketing, savvy marketing science. If you'd like to understand more about how to research and insight agencies can approach investing in smart ways to grow their brands, get in touch. I'm always delighted to talk about brand building and growth and to have a conversation about Byron Sharp and his theories. But thanks.